Whirlwind Studios. This is where we talk about tornadoes. This podcast is about the Parkersburg EF5. We will cover the days leading up to it and the roughly about what happened during each minute. From when it entered town to when it left to the first death, all of it we'll be covering. The days leading up to the tornado is a very important part of the storm. The SPC, which is a storm prediction center, talked about widespread tornadoes of all modes, which means all kinds of storms. The Day 5 outlook before the fateful day, it said multiple day threat for widespread storms. Day 4 indicated that it was going to be favorable for a supercell. Storms that are supercellular means that they have a good chance to rotate, because almost all tornadoes form from supercells. There's rare cases where they don't, but they're usually EF0 to EF1. On day 3, it would just kept highlighting the tornadoes. Day 2 has quite a bit to go over. It talked about how there was a favor with the shear for isolated supercells, but they made a fatal error. They located most of this in the winds. They thought most of the storms, almost all of them, were going to be in the Wisconsin Valley to central Wisconsin. This mistake made them more focused there than in Iowa. They activated the Storm Spotter protocol codenamed Apostle. The day before, the SBC stated, tornado supercells, some strong into the upper Minnesota Valley. I had a terrible time. Anyways, this is a terrible mistake, especially for what was about to happen. But before we get into that, this video is sponsored by me. Wait, am I reading that right? Hold up, let me check. Yeah, me. Wait, this can't be right. Well, it is. This cool assignment will become a real podcast. And yes, I will be uploading this to YouTube. So, this will not be the only one. I might be covering more other tornadoes or other weather topics. This includes from the Joplin EF5 to from 2011 to El Reno, the El Reno EF3 that broke the record for the largest, or even the most recent Underland. These videos will be uploaded to Whirlwind Studio. Or if you're watching this from YouTube, thank you, and we're going to be back to the podcast. As the citizens woke up, they were greeted with the most beautiful clear skies and nice humid conditions. Though it seemed like a nice spring day, something was brewing. During this time, most meteorologists were looking at Minnesota Valley due to what the SPC stated. As this is happening, something was brewing in Iowa. As the Cape was high over Iowa, this Cape means convective available potential energy, which storms are needed, or which storms need for them to form. It was pretty high. The Cape was 3,300 joules per kilogram. With this high shear, low pressure, and quite a bit of Cape, it made perfect conditions for a catastrophic tornado. In fact, this made it extremely dangerous. This began to make a cap for the tornado. Or made a cap that is ready to be breached by any storm. If a storm can get into there and breach the cap, it will be able to release all its energy because of how much energy buildup from all of this stuff going into it. It would begin to rapidly develop. Once it was reached, the storms would definitely begin. Around 3 p.m., this did happen. Storms started forming near Fort Dodge, Iowa. The conditions made it perfect for rotations to start, and an hour and a half later, something changed in the atmosphere. Within this time, a storm south of Appleton, Iowa showed a strong rotation signature. Within 15 minutes, dust started turning and things started getting shredded. Within 5 minutes, the worlds on the ground condensed into an extremely dangerous tornado. A wall of death, even. As it scathed against the ground, it left distinct wind marks of whirls. This is extremely dangerous, and if you're watching this on the YouTube, I will be showing a picture on screen of what it showed on the ground. Within this time, the wall of death would be named the nickname. With the whirl marks, it indicated a multi-vortex system in this tornado, which, if you didn't know, multi-vortex tornadoes are extremely strong. Those whirls on the ground where like each individual like vortex from the cloud coming down, and like the dust around it and like the condensation around the tornado made it look like one big tornado, when inside there was like multiple vortexes with potential winds up to 230, I think, somewhere around there. Anyways, it was extremely dangerous. As this catastrophic tornado started to enter Parkersburg at exactly 4:56, the tornado entered the southern side of Parkersburg. The damage here was catastrophic. Houses erased, leaving a bare slab. The only remnants of these structures were basements or even scraps of wood were full adult healthy trees thrown and debarked. Cars thrown hundreds of yards like toys and getting contorted around trees into little pieces of metal scrap. It was chaos. Nothing could stop it.
It's right. It's gonna go right in the
The
field.
tornado sirens only went off when the tornado entered the south side of town. Not before, not like a little, not even like a little bit before. As it was entering the town, the sirens finally went off. As the carnage kept going, it impacted a house. Someone got sucked out of the basement and thrown. As more damage occurred within, chaos unraveled even more. If you think it took a long time for it to leave, it caused a lot of damage through like 5 to 10 minutes, just slowly moving through the town. You would be wrong. This lasted 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes, everything unraveled. All of it. All of the houses being destroyed. All of the tornado causing chaos, destroying trees and cars. All of it in 2 to 3 minutes. As it finally left Parkersburg, it grew to a massive 2-mile wide wedge. At 5:09, the tornado entered New Hartford, Iowa. At this location, there were 2 more deaths. After the tornado, dispatchers and citizens from all around worked together for cleanup. The tornado caused $100 million in damage and sadly killed 9 and injuring 70 more. The tornado went down in history as the wall of death and the most recent EF5 in Iowa. After this, the town cleaned up. They rebuilt stronger than before. They remade the houses. They built memorials, murals, and more. This storm made the people of Parkersburg reveal their resilience, strength, boldness, and most importantly, kindness. During all of this, they showed each other. They helped each other no matter what, and working through this. Working together as a community, they fixed it, built back better, and more. Now this town is even known for how resilient they are and how strong they were after the tornado. But as we're coming to an end of this episode, I would hope that you really enjoyed this, and if you checked out one of the other videos once they're uploaded, that would be amazing. But yep, this is the end. I hope you did enjoy this, and goodbye.